Hi there and welcome back to Japan, where we're going to be having our first ever listen, reaction, review to a band called The Chef Cooks Me, from Japan obviously. And now if you're new to the channel, just so you know, if you want to see the reaction and the review, I'm about to give the review. The reaction I've just done, you have to click a little link in the description. It opens up a separate player, so you pause this video, watch the reaction in a separate player. Sorry, we have to do that now. It'll just open up a video, you can watch that and then come back to this one. Either way, I hope you've checked out the reaction. Pause this video, like I say, if you haven't, and watch that now by clicking the link in the description below, because I'm about to give you the review. Are you ready? All right, here comes the review. So this was a song where I have a lot of things I want to compliment about it, and there are some things I want to point out. Now, I have to start on perhaps a little bit of a negative note with this one, because I really enjoyed this song, but there was a creeping problem that I noticed throughout. And like I said, I want to go away from this basically saying this is a good song that I enjoyed, positive about, and this negative note that I've got with it, I have to be very careful, because after, just between doing that reaction now, just between doing this review, I went onto YouTube and I had a little bit of a check to be sure, and it's hard to know. All right, let me explain. Basically, this song sounded incredibly familiar when I was listening to it. The whole sound, the whole style, and very much the chorus melody reminded me incredibly of a song that was incredibly popular around about 3 or 4 years ago, which was by Hoshino Gen, and I think it was just called Koi. So I checked the date that this video was released and that video was released. Now, this doesn't take into consideration anything about how late the video might have come out after the song was recorded, how long between the recording and the release. You know, there's so many things that could bias this. So I don't know that bias this. I don't know this for sure. The problem is this song came out in January of 2017 and Hoshino Gen's song came out in September of 2016. If you were in Japan at the time, you will know that song was massive. It was affecting everything. There was a lot of people trying to get in on that sound. Now, like I said, I don't know. With such a short gap between them, it's very hard to know. This song might have actually been written and recorded before. However, I listened to this and it sounds really a bit too similar not to notice. So before I go any further, I'm going to say a lot of positive things about the song, but I have to say I would like to know, as always at the end, we open this up to comments so people can get in the comments and tell what you think about this. I would like to hear people's opinions on this, anyone who knows more about the process that went into this. If this did genuinely get written and recorded after the Hoshino Gen song, though, I would kind of have to call it a bit of a shameless ripoff, which is a shame, because it has a lot going for it. So please, please, please let me know. I want to see this in a positive light because I enjoyed this. But like I say, please let me know, was this written and recorded afterwards? I really hope not. I really do. Anyway, so that, like I said, that's one big thing that unfortunately is going to hang like an umbrella over this until you guys can tell me more. So please do tell me more. Now, if we look at it on its own as a song without taking that into consideration, this was in a lot of ways really cool. I loved the sort of funky feel to it. It came straight in. Yeah, the video aside, the video was brilliant. I'll get onto that later. But it came straight in. It had a lot of impact. I like the sort of weird, like synthetic-y piano sound at the beginning. It really sounded like it wanted to engage with you at all points. It was interesting how there were a lot of sounds going on, but everything was very, like I said, it had that quality, what's his name? I always stumble with his name. Nakata Yasutaka, the producer for Puffy, not for Puffy, for KPP and for Perfume. It had his kind of vibe of those really sort of little sharp synthetic notes and, you know, really sort of, you know, delicate and sharp production. It had that quality to it, and yet it also had the funky vibe of a band. You know, it also felt like it could come out of that sort of Asian Kung Fu generation style of, you know, quite funky upbeat playing. So there was a lot of things that made it sound like a good balance. For me, I must admit that the vocals didn't hugely work. I felt that the song was so infectiously fun. I felt that the vocals could have been done with a little bit more energy. I'd like to hear a little bit more energy, a little bit of pizzazz in that. Unfortunately, it does seem to be, there is a general style. I know this is a very popular style with a lot of Japanese bands, that kind of more laid back style of male singing, which can work on some songs, but on this type of song I feel like it doesn't really match the mood as much. Maybe the lyrics have escaped me on this one. It's something that, again, I think you do get from some of these sorts of bands, maybe a bit of the sort of maybe some things from Radwimp, some things from Asian Kung Fu Generation have that sound where sometimes the vocals don't feel like they've necessarily got the energy that you think the song deserves. But like I say, it's difficult because it depends on what the lyrics mean to them and how they're interpreting them as well. So with this one, I felt it was just one of those songs where maybe the singer could have had given a little bit more punch to the vocal to match the tone of the song better. However, the song itself was really infectious, really catchy, really nice, really upbeat, and I did basically think that from start to end it felt like it was always trying to engage, which was nice. It had some fun little moments in it. There was some great bits of production in there. I like some of the breakdowns. There was bits where the like I said, that guitar sound was fantastic when they went in to do that solo. And first of all, you started off with the slightly phasing guitar, which was really, really sort of rocky, and it felt really close. They shortened the reverb, I think, to make it sound much closer. And then you had the solo that actually came, the actual lead part of the solo came in afterwards, which had that really thick, creamy guitar that reminded me a lot of Tom Morello, but in a really sort of cool rock and roll, easy to listen to, but yet really engaging sort of way. So there was lots of really cool things happening in this. Like I say, I liked the breakdown that happened. Don't worry, nothing was broken there. I just knocked over the lens cap. I liked the breakdowns that happened. I liked the little fills and things. It was just, from start to finish, it was engaging. It didn't really, like I say, break any new ground. It didn't do anything that we haven't heard before. And, so on that level, would it be a song that I'd come back to regularly? I might struggle to come back to this one because of the fact that, like I say, if I was in the mood for something like this, I would probably veer towards either, dare I say it, the Hoshi no Gen song, or maybe to something, a little bit more on the upbeat side, like we're talking about Nekrai Talkie, although that's probably a little bit too upbeat to compare to this. But maybe even stuff like Kyari Pami Pami. There would be... the problem is this is something that is really good, but I think it comes in alongside a lot of other songs that elicit a similar sort of feeling, maybe a little bit better. What I do think, though, I think this definitely shows a band who've got a really sort of creative, interesting edge. So I definitely want to hear more of their music. I'd be interested to hear more by them. Like I say, this one was a good start, but didn't 100% get me on board. I think when I was watching it, I was really into it. A lot of that was down to the video being like, you never knew what was going to happen next. And it was interesting. It was cleverly designed. It looked like you were going through like a child's imagination. It's just the way that everything went, the way that things segued into each other was almost like, oh, here's an idea, forget about that. Here's another idea, forget about that. Just each one connecting. And it was beautifully done. I really liked the video. I liked the visual style. It was really engaging and fun. And I think maybe it worked so well, the song, that maybe it engaged my enjoyment up a little bit more. But now I'm coming to think about it, the song didn't really stick with me. It's not stuck in my head. All it did was make me think of the Hoshi no Gen song, which is now stuck in my head instead. So even as like I said, I don't know. I really hope it wasn't an attempt to lampoon that song. But whether it is or not, it seems that the fact it's reminded me of that song, and that song is now stuck in my head instead of this, probably means it hasn't quite landed with as much weight, although that song was incredibly catchy and incredibly popular, so it's not really a fair metric to compare it to it. So like I said, this is a song that just maybe it tries something, it does a good job, but maybe doesn't fare so well as it could do against the competition. I want to hear more of this band, though, and I definitely want to hear you guys explain to me if you know better, if there's any chance that this was recorded before there was any chance they would have heard the Hoshi no Gen song. I'd like to know that, because it does genuinely matter to me. When I hear things like this and I think, I want to hear more of that band, it does really matter to me if I think there's something that clearly seems to be an issue like this. I'm a positive person. I want to see it in a positive way, so I really want someone to clear my worry of this, so that I can enjoy this band. Either way, I want to hear more of this band because I want to hear what else they can do, because they sound like they've got a really dynamic balance. So, as always, guys, let me know whether you like this or not, whether you like my review or not, whether you agree with me or not, or whether you can just clear these things up for me. Like I said, I don't pre-research as best as possible. Please do jump in there. Let me know what you think, because this is all about the subjective opinion. Music is only as good as it is to your ear. So, you hear it, you tell me what you think, and then that is the most important thing for you. But the conversation is great because we get to really hear the justification of other people's opinions. So I'm looking forward to discussing this one really a lot with you guys in there. As always, if you like the discussions we have on this channel, then you can follow more of that on our Discord and Reddit, which are linked in the description below as well as my Facebook and Twitter. And a big, big thank you to those who have clicked on the Patreon and subscribed to that. Much love. Really, really can't tell you how much I appreciate it. So anyway, thank you to all of you for getting involved, and whether you're on the Patreon or not doesn't matter. Those guys keep this channel running and I really appreciate it, but the community is the big thing that everyone getting in the discussion. So thank you for making it to the end of the video. Thank you for listening to me talk, and hopefully I get to thank you for leaving your comments as well. But for now, from Japan, till I see you on the next one, ciao ciao.